This is a guide to using Powtoon. The first thing you'll need to do is to go to powtoon.com and create an account. It's free to create an account. Once you've created the account, you'll be able to log in. Once you've logged in, you'll be on the web page to create a blank Powtoon presentation. So you click on the blank Powtoon. When you click on the blank Powtoon, it will then let you choose what kind of presentation you want. Do you want a modern edge, a whiteboard where you draw the characters in and then you can get the characters speaking, or a cartoon? I'm going to start off with a cartoon version. So if I click on the cartoon, you'll notice I'm now on the editing screen of Powtoon is made up of slides. You can see here I've got slide 1. To put another slide in, I click on slide 2. Now slide 1 has a timeline at the bottom, can you see here? And this timeline will be the movement within your slide. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a character to go into my slide. So if I click on the right hand panel, I've got backgrounds, text I can add, or characters. So let's choose a character. Now, if you see the word Pro, it means that you need a Pro version of this, which is a paid license version. Anything with the word free means you can take any characters from the free. You can go down and choose a character, and you can choose whether the character is happy, sad, typing, thinking, or saying hello. I'm going to go for the hello. So it's now put my character in onto my blank slide. I'm actually going to put her over into the left-hand corner. So she's now in and she's there for the duration of the slide. I can now bring in some text. So if I go to the text option and I go for a title. And that title, I can choose the design of the text. So I can go down and choose the font. Let's go for something quite bold. And I can then just add my title. So let's go welcome. Now I can make that bigger. Can you see there? I'm actually just making that bigger. I could also look at changing the colour of it. I could go blue. Okay. Now I can also click on it and I can look at the effects of this. So if I go to effects, I can choose that this is actually going to be handwritten, or it can come in word by word. You can have a play around with these. It could just pop up or it could fade in. Let's go word by word. And now when I click on the play button, which is down here, click away from there and click on play, you'll see that that's coming. Now if that goes too quickly, you can stop the timeline, go right the way back to the beginning and then press play again. So it shows you I've brought the person in and I've done the welcome, and that's all I've got on that slide at the moment. Now I can decide to actually have my person going off after the welcome has been put onto the screen. So can you see I click on the character and it shows the characters going for the duration of the 10-second slide, but I can actually pull that back. So I can say that actually after 5 seconds the character is going to disappear. Then I go and look at my welcome word, and you can see my welcome word comes in just after 1.5 seconds, but it lasts the whole 10 seconds. Let's just bring that out to about, say, 6 seconds, 6.5 seconds. Now if I pull the slider back, I can play that from the beginning, and this is how it would look in the presentation. I've got my welcome, my person will disappear, and my welcome will disappear. Okay, so we can stop that now, and we can go back to where that welcome was finishing. So it's finishing on 6 seconds. We can add seconds to this slide by clicking on the pluses and the minuses. Now we can look to add some more text into this slide. So we go to where the ending is. Let's carry on here. Click on my text. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just bring my slider to where it ends, and it's now disappeared, and I'm going to keep it there, and I'm going to add another title in here. Okay, when you've got that in, you can click on that. You can actually move that. If you want to just angle it, click on the little arrows and you can see I can angle that. I should also be able to bring that out by just clicking on the, can you see here, I'm just bringing that up to make that more visible. I can also bring this out by using the directional arrow keys, and then I can click and hold and actually reposition that. So this is how to create a powtoon. I can also go and look at these settings again, and I can choose a different color. Let's have that in the mauve. And also I can look at the effects of how this is going to come in on the screen. So this time I'm going to choose a different effect. I'm going to go word by word. And again, if I want to view how that looks, can you see that's how it's coming out? And again, that's going to go right to the end of the slide. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in, so to create a new slide, you just click on the plus button. And now I've got the option of bringing in a new slide. So again, I'm going to bring in a different person, a character, and I'm going to go for the 3 characters. And I've brought that character in. Now, if you're not happy with how the character is, you can swap the character over. If you want to change the movement, you can look at the pose. And let's go, I have an idea. And I'm going to bring that person over to here. And I'm going to just move that across to about 6 seconds. Now, if I wanted to make this character move, all I would need to do is click on the character, and I would click on the settings, and then you've got an option called A to B. If you click on A to B, it brings another character out, and then I move him across the screen. Now when you move him, you might want to just make him slightly smaller as he's moving. So he's moved from A to B, and now we can look at how that will be viewed on the presentation by the play button. Let's go back to the beginning. So the character comes in and then he moves. So that's how you get the movement. And you can do the same with objects that you have coming in, and you can see he's just gone out of the screen. So if I wanted to add some more things into this presentation, go to where he's moved, and I could then, if I go to about here, I could bring in a prop. So let's have a little look at our props. And we could try bringing in a blackboard. And let's have a little look at this. So I could now choose the pop. Again, you've got to be careful that this one says Pro, so I don't have a Pro license to actually bring that one across. So I'm going to look at seeing if there's anything else I could bring across. If it's got Pro on it, it needs a Pro license. Let's go back up to the top and see what else I can bring across. I'm actually going to bring across a computer. So I'll bring the computer across. There you go. And now the computer is in the screen. I can actually put an image on my computer. So let's actually try cat. I might have to play around with this. Actually, I've got cactus. Let's try that, see what I've got for cactus. Let's brought up cat first. Let's just see if I can bring these cats across into my screen. And when I pop them in, can you see I've now got the cats on the actual screen? So again, you can play around with this, move that there. So if I want to see what this looks like, I might want to make that slightly smaller. And if I want to go back to the beginning, I just click on that arrow there, and I can play from the beginning. So the person's coming in, he's moving, his screen will appear and the cats are on the screen, and then he disappears, and eventually the cats will stay there because I haven't asked them to disappear. So I'm going to go back and make a change on that. And to get back to where the computer screen is, I click on the computer screen, and again what I can do is move this off. And then I can add, if I go back on my slider, can you see it's now gone? I can now maybe look at adding some text onto here. So let's go to the text, back to here, and let's just take off the cartoon. Let's just add some subtitle text, and I can put here, thank you for watching. And then I can play that from the beginning. So I can go back to slide 1. I can bring that all the way back. And then I can play the first slide that I created. Just to check on that. And then it moves on to my second slide. And then lastly, my thank you for watching. It's now time to add a title to my slide, so I can call this powtoon example. And press enter, and that's now saved. But just like in PowerPoint, you can have transitions between your slides in Powtoon. So I can click on the little drop down here, and I can choose to have a zoom in or a zoom out. Let's go for a zoom in. And now when that's played, that transition will play with them. Now each slide, as you bring it in, you can choose what kind of transition you would like. If you want to preview how this looks now, you just click on the preview button. And it's now showing you, as a movie, your presentation. Now, if you want to export that, you just click on your export button. And that gives you the option of exporting it to YouTube, to Facebook, to Vimto. There's all these options here. You can also download it into a PowerPoint or into a PDF, or you can create your own personal Powtoon player page. If you want to do it to YouTube, you would just click on this, and then once you're signed into your YouTube account, it would upload for you. I'm going to go back now into the print. I'm now going to show you how to change the background color of a slide. You can see here that my slide is green. If I click on the background option, I can choose and pick a color. Let's go back to a different kind of blue. At this point, I might want to relook at all the captions I've got and maybe change the color to white. And you see how effective that one is now. And again, I can do the second one. I can look at the color. I'm not going to upload a background. I'm actually just going to choose the blue again. And I am going to look at just seeing where my text is. And I'm going to change that color to white as well. And that's ready for me now to play and preview. So if I preview now, can you see I've got that in my blue? I can go right back to the beginning. Now you'll see I've got this little capture that's sitting on the screen. I think that's because I'm screen capturing at the moment, so you shouldn't get that on yours when you are making your Powtoons. Okay, so that's how to create the Powtoon. That's how to bring the colour in. You don't get an embed code. You'd have to upload this to YouTube first, and then you would get an embed code. And the last thing I'm going to show you is you can put some sound on, but I will actually do that in a separate video as to how to narrate your sound.